I was thrilled to set up this panel when it arrived, only to find out it was broken. I called Sony support and without issue or fuss they arranged a replacement. Very good experience. The replacement panel arrived and is working flawlessly. The first thing I noticed was how thin most of it is. Almost too thin. I might even go so far as to suggest intentionally making it thicker with more structure, to stiffen up the unit a bit. While it is not flimsy, it is 65, and that gets wibbly wobbly when you make something that large that thin. Physical PresenceIts a slab.
Oh my god.
Just a plain slab with a very thin bezel around the perimeter. This is good for a monitor as you pretty much only see picture, which is what you want. The less other you see the better, and this is all picture. The bottom bezel is slightly thicker and contains the indicator LED and IR receiver for the remote control. Physical interface: there are 2120 Hz HDMI connections on the back. And two what I assume are normal HDMI connections for a total of 4. You also get composite in, I assume 3. 5mm mini jack to video and audio, and 3 USB ports 1900 mAh and 2x500 mAh. There is also 2 remote connections, an IR and an RS-232 serial connection. I think these are for extender controllers and to allow other devices to control the television. I have not gone too deeply into their purpose. There is also an RF in, cable, antennae, and an optical out, audio. The switch is to turn on or off the built-in microphone physically. You also have an Ethernet port for a network connection. It also has Wi-Fi built in. It also has line in and speaker in connections to function as a center channel. The sound quality is quite good, and it makes sense some may wish to use it as the center channel in a more advanced multi-speaker setup.
Oh my god.
The television is also its own Chromecast, Google TV, so you do not need a Chromecast to cast to this screen. It also auto-detects interfaces becoming active. So when I plug my PC into the screen, it auto-senses this and switches to that input. Digital user interface: one of the first things you might notice with a television of this caliber is first it's not one single time crashed on me and it's fast. Very responsive to inputs. It has many programs built in, Netflix, Prime, YouTube, etc. OLED. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room and what makes this television so nice. That delicious OLED panel. In day-to-day use, YouTube, PC, monitor, etc., you might not immediately notice what makes OLED so special. You can see it in all conditions, but some usage emphasizes it. First, the way a typical television works is you have an LCD panel. This created your image and color that you see, but it does not generate any light on its own. Think of it more as a mask. You then have lights, nowadays typical LED, arrayed behind this LCD panel that lights up white and shines through the LCD, and that is how you get your image on the screen. This is your backlight. Now if you think about how this process works, it creates an interesting eye.
Oh my god.
How do you get black? By blocking all the white light. So ultimately you can never actually get black, but just close to black. Dark gray. This also tends to limit luminance and color production since you don't have a backlight for each pixel on the screen, 8 million of them. An OLED or organic light emitting diode works quite differently. Click link in description for more reviews.